Hello there, Hippy Gaming here. Thought we'd today do a review of sorts for Star Wars Outlaws on Nintendo Switch 2. Could have reviewed it on everything, but I'm here to tell you why playing it on the Switch 2 is the best way to play it. And that's come from someone who's played it predominantly prior to the Switch 2 version on PlayStation 5 Pro. So, let's get on with it.
Let's punch it.
Right, so here you shout, Gareth, how can the Switch 2 version be the best place to play Star Wars Outlaws? And I'm like, well, of course the graphics are inferior, you know, it's half the frame rate if you're running in performance mode on the PlayStation and, you know, Xbox and whatnot, and run at 30 frames on the Switch 2. But it just seems to, it doesn't matter. And it's one of the only times I kind of leave motion blur on and that, as they leave it as default, and it just helps smooth out the experience even further. The fact that they've even got this to run as awesomely as it does on the Switch 2 is just phenomenal. It's not even available on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. Okay, so the graphics are obviously not going to win it for the Switch 2, but it punches well above its weight for what it's doing here, well above its weight. And you put it side by side, you're going to notice obvious differences, but what it does produce is enough to not give you a feeling of a compromised version in regard to how it looks, because you get the ray tracing, you know, and that's all baked into the game's engine itself, so that can't go. So they've had to leave that and work around that. And because of that, it looks awesome. Even in handheld mode, it looks amazing. The sound quality in both docked and handheld is really good, you know. I mean, the size file is a hell of a lot smaller than the proper home console version, so I'm assuming that it's going to be compressed in some way and not as good quality, but, you know, to the average Joe's ear, it sounds amazing. You know, you get all of the same bleepy bloopy Star Wars sounds as you would expect. And the gameplay is just exactly the same. Everything, you get the full version of the game, right? And this is why I think it's the best place to play it on Switch 2. And yes, it has to do with its portability, but not just because of that. And I'll talk about the portability first. Of course, it has a major factor in it, but it's also because you can upload cloud saves to the server, so you can play it at home on your PlayStation, so it can function as a companion. You've already got it on the PlayStation, function as a companion on your Switch, because you can go and play it wherever you want. On the bus, or if you're out and about, just whip it out. And because of the portability of the Switch, that's why this game functions. I was always confused as to why they brought this game out on the Switch, as of all of the selection of games Ubisoft have got. Why this one? Okay, it's Star Wars, everyone knows Star Wars, but it just seemed like a lot of hard work. But I get it, because the portable nature of the Switch too allows you to just dive into some of the side quest missions. If you run out of like the missions, like I did, I've now completed, I got to like 2 missions away from completing the main story mode, and I finished it on the Switch 2, and because of the Switch 2 and its ability to just me to pick it up and just chip away and do a mission here, mission there, up my reputation here, up my reputation there, it's allowed me to play the game in a way that I wouldn't normally, because I wouldn't normally want to sit at home and chip away at those asinine missions. But with the Switch, I don't mind. It doesn't matter if I've even got headphones, because I can just do these like pointless missions out and about, and then I can go back home. And another reason why it's good, you don't have to be on TV for this, because you can do it in tabletop mode, is the gyroscopic controls. And that's actually in portable mode as well. Yeah, it's awesome. I don't know why they haven't brought that to PlayStation 5, because that's got gyro control. And gameplay is really good. It's typical Ubisoft game. It's not going to win any awards for rewriting the rules or anything like that, but it works really well. And it's got this awesome kind of internet connected planets. You have to load, you go in between them. It's not like No Man's Sky, but it all just works and it all just functions really, really well. And it was suited perfectly for portable play, in my opinion. That's why I think the Switch has the edge, not even including the motion controls, but has the edge because of this. And that's why I think it's better on Switch. And should you buy the game? Graphics are great, sounds great, gameplay's great. There's like 25 hour, 30 hours worth of content there. It took me like
Should
25
be
hours to
easy.
complete the main story, and I was going doing here and there, you know, but there's a lot of content there, and it's all here on Switch. And you've got the DLC, you know, which I had to pay extra for on the PS5 version. You get that all bundled in together. So that adds another 10 odd hours onto the game. Plus then you've got all the little side quests. You can just roam around in the world and just pick up and do all the little missions and upgrade your gear and everything. There's a lot of content here. And I highly, highly recommend it. On like full-blown consoles, it's still a good game, but I think just because having the portability of the Switch 2 version just adds another couple of points on it. And because it's such a fantastic port of like an 8 out of 10 game, say, it makes it like a 9 out of 10 game. It's a great, great game. And on Switch 2, it's made even better. And if you've got a PlayStation 5 and you're kind of on the fence about getting it for your Switch 2, the cloud aspect, save aspect of it is just a game changer in that regard. You just can take it anywhere with you, upload the cloud save to the server, and then download it onto your Switch 2, and then take it onto the bus, play it around, come back home, upload it onto the cloud, and then download it onto your PlayStation. Fantastic. Cannot recommend it enough. Right, that's been a review of sorts for Star Wars Outlaws on Nintendo Switch 2.
Gotcha.
Hope I've sold it enough to justify why I think that Switch 2 is the version you should buy over any other version if you haven't got it already and you have Switch 2 and other consoles or PC. Yeah, just because I just think the game is well suited for portable play, and you also have the option to play it on the TV as well. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Oodles of Toodles. Oodles of Toodles.